Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. By using our link, you can get 10% off your first month of therapy. So, Naz, as a therapist on BetterHelp, what has your experience been like?
I've been doing it since January 2021, and it's been really fun and exciting. I've been able to reach clients all over the United States and the world. I've had good relationships. I've had folks that I've had for a couple months and a good handful where I've had for almost 2 years now. So it's magnificent. I've enjoyed my time and my clients. I love them.
Awesome. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel the most comfortable. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/DSP or choose Different Spectrums podcast during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. Hey everybody, we back again.
We back. Hello. Herdy der.
We're back for a special edition of the Different Spectrum podcast featuring your hosts, Spencer and Nas.
Dr. Nas.
There you go. Also, hey, remember, don't forget to run up those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. Yeah. So, like I said, doing a special edition of the pod for the little short, call it a short, for The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse film. Um, it's a 7-minute film that was just posted on YouTube from the makers of the Spider-Verse movies. And also, it is collaborating with the Kevin Love Fund, which I'm pretty sure they do a lot about mental health and not just in sports, but I think just mental health in general. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Kevin Love does a lot of stuff.
All right. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna talk a little bit about just how meta it is. Talk about some of the messages that they're going through, and kind of what we probably would have wanted just a little bit more of. Think they did some really good things there, but at the same time, probably could have stretched it out a little bit.
Sometimes you want a little bit thicker, a little bit longer.
Yeah, as usual. Yep, make it hurt. All right, so.
Jesus Christ.
Anything before we get into this?
Yeah, always use protection. Yeah, so there's a lot of metaphoric things in there, but there's also very pointed things about anxiety and symptoms. So we're going to talk about some symptoms and kind of break those down very quickly. It'll be a short podcast, special edition we're going to release. So let's get into it. Let's talk about these anxiety-based symptoms and the spider within. Okay. Boop, boop.
Boop, boop.
These grades are unacceptable, Miles.
Focus, Miles. Focus. Miles, you need to apply yourself.
Okay. Yo, I'm home. Sorry I'm late. Dad? You're really not gonna turn around and check right?
What am I always telling you, Miles, huh? You gotta keep
Your head on the swivel. I know.
Head on a
Dad.
swivel, yes. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, so we got pizza on the way, ice cream in the freezer. Oh, and Miles, check this out. I rented 3 scary movies we can watch. 3!
Rent? Did you drive all the way to Jersey to do that?
You got jokes now, that's good. Call Couch.
Nah, I would, but I'm just tired. I'll catch you next time.
Are you okay, son?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Copy that. Yo, Miles, come on. Don't be slamming my door, man.
Yeah, sorry, Dad.
You always seem so distracted. He's very
Miles, you're late. Again. Where have you been? No sense of responsibility. Are you okay, son?
Oh man, I'm bugging.
Hey.
Hey, Dad. You got a minute?
Yeah, what's up, son?
Can we get some air?
Of course we can, yeah. Grab your jacket.
I just got so much on my mind, you know?
I hear that, yeah. So tell me what's going on.
It's just like homework, girls. Well, one.
Hey everyone, I'm here to talk about our new collaborator, Toink Toys. They have a wide selection of, you guessed it, toys and other great collectibles. They have products from Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and everything pop culture. You could say they put the toy in Toink. So go check them out at toink.com and use our code Different Spectrums Podcast to get 10% off your entire order today. All right, we back again.
We're back. Emily.
Feel good about that.
Didn't
Oh,
nothing else, huh?
oh yeah, no, I forgot. I was
Jackass.
supposed to do. I didn't even do that in the last part. We as live as Spider-Man's anxiety symptoms.
Quick-witted there. Yeah, quick-witted. Uh, so before we get into just the short, just a little bit of backstory on Kevin Wesley Love. Middle name's Wesley.
With Kevin, Laverne, Shirley, Love.
Feel good, huh?
I do.
Feel good,
I
bud?
feel good.
All right. Thanks. All right. So if you don't know, Kevin Love, NBA player, was on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then he went to the Cavaliers. Then he went to Miami Heat. That's where he is now. He's also a five-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA second team, which is pretty fucking good. Um, Also won an NBA championship with the Cavs in 2016. He also has like a ridiculous amount of triple doubles. He was getting triple doubles in Minnesota because we didn't have shit for players. So he was just grabbing those boards and scoring.
Assists.
Yeah, originally from he's from California, went to UCLA, and then yeah, came here to good old Minnesota. Hey, soda. Um, so Kevin Love, he has this fund or this foundation, where it's all about mental health as well as just all different types of health in general. Um, like Nas was saying before in the pre-production, Kevin Love was suffering an anxiety attack when he was actually in the NBA Finals. I mean, it's the biggest stage of basketball, and there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And so Kevin Love has been very public about his mental health. And that's also allowed a lot of other people to come out and talk about their mental health as well, whether they're athletes, whether they're just, fans or just anybody in general. It's been a very positive take for him coming out on his mental health and his journey with that. Um, I just want to read a quick blurb here for the Kevin Love Fund. Kevin Love Fund is to inspire people to live their healthiest lives while providing tools for both mental and physical health. Through a unique combination of education, research, grant making, and advocacy, KLF is breaking the stigma around mental health and ensuring people who are suffering have the support needed to thrive. So, he's doing a lot of great things for mental health, and bring a lot of awareness to it, especially when it comes to pro athletes and what they're kind of going through on a day-to-day basis. So,
Yep. There you go. There you go. Kevin Love, badass sports player, also really big advocate. Shout out to him, really coming out first. He's one of the biggest athletes in the world. And then DeMar DeRozan. Both of them came out publicly with this stuff, pretty much one and two. So shout out to both of them, changing the whole game when it comes to athletes, masculinity, and getting help. Because they're the ones that kicked this all off about like 5 years ago, like people speaking up. And then you got everyone like, hey man, I suffer from shit too. So this is awesome that they did this collaboration with like Spider-Man, because you already knew he had anxiety because we talked about it before.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's hop into this clip and let's see what the hell's going on here.
All right, let's do it. Yeah. Uh, so Miles coming back from a long day of Spider-Manning.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. Um, and he has a lot going on in his life. He has school. He has to be a superhero, and then also he's probably a little bit sad with Gwen, disappearing from his life. I'm pretty sure this is like right after the first movie, like right in between there, I want to
Okay.
say. That's what I'm thinking because that makes the most sense because I don't think it would be after that.
Right.
But anyways, and so he goes home and you know, he just wants to just be by himself. His dad tries to, be like, "Hey, I got some scary movies. Let's watch something." And then he's like, "Nah, I kind of want to just be by myself." Um, then um, after he's kind of listening to music for a little bit and kind of gets a little disinterested in that, he goes to his bed where all of a sudden this dark figure comes out of nowhere with these bright yellow eyes. Um, and all of a sudden now he's in this thing called sleep paralysis, but that I just learned about, where in sleep paralysis, it's a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. So he's unable to move, and then we even get to see like this dark figure actually put their hand on his chest and kind of hold him down and push him down, and then he starts kind of hallucinating. I want to say hallucinating a little bit.
Visualizing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then he's on a subway, and then all of a sudden this dark figure turns into a fucking spider.
Jesus.
So arachnophobia. And then it breaks up into little spiders, which I
Even
feel like is
worse to me.
yeah, seems worse. I'm gonna be honest with you. Seems worse. Because I don't want that. I don't want that.
Nope.
Yeah. And then it kind of ends with Miles coming out of his room, talking to his dad, and then they go on a walk. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah. It's
Yep.
only like a 4.5, 5 minutes, not even short. But sometimes the short ones put in the most work.
Sometimes not really.
Sometimes it's about the impact, not necessarily the length.
It's not the size that counts.
Nope.
All right. No. It's what you do with it.
It's the smell.
Smells like goat cheese. Like, what's
Why?
That's not good.
It smells like frijoles. So for some folks, this is going to be kind of weird because it's like super, super, super quick. But then again, shorts are usually very quick.
That's why they're called shorts.
It's shorty. We call them little people. Jesus Christ. Shout out to BetterHelp. Hey,
don't get rid of us.
Hey, no, please don't. Please, Lord Jesus. Please, short baby Jesus. But like there's some really good stuff in there for folks that have experienced these symptoms, and then for folks that really don't understand anxiety. So if you didn't really know this was about anxiety, you probably wouldn't read too much into this. You're just like, well, okay, there's something to watch real quick. But for everyone that I've worked with these symptoms, this is intense. It'll hit home and they'll feel seen, validated, and then they'll see the solution. So the cause, the symptomology, the solution. Well, fuck, that's therapy in a nutshell. So
There you go.
I told Spence, because he was like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know either, but it all makes sense. So you get the young man, he comes home and you see him walking and he's thinking kind of down and out. He's got all these negative voices. So about a month from now, you'll see a pod that we do on Flaming Hot. It's the Disney movie, right? And how hot Cheetos were created, all that, and Richard Montiel and how he, made this thing. And so we talk about voices in our heads. So his voice in that movie is a lot about negativity and his father and verbal abuse and all that stuff. Right now, Miles is having negative voices and he hears his own voice. But you're dumb, you're worthless, right? You're always late. So then he hears like his dad's voice in there too. But he's not meaning to be like abusive, but it's just coming off as like, you're not good enough. Mm-hmm. So all he hears is these things, these interpretations of you're not good enough. So then he goes home. Dad's like, hey man, I love you. And he's tired. He's probably been masking. He's exhausted. He's stressed. He's anxious. Just wants to go to sleep. As me and Spencer talk about all the time with folks with anxiety, listening to your music can be really helpful to tune it out. So you put on your tunes, but then that's not working. So then he goes to take an anxiety or what we call a depression nap to just reset, computer reset, Xbox reset. Let me just hard restart this fucking shit. Cause all the porn I was looking up crashed my computer.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It's a joke. It's only on my cell phone.
It's a joke, but it's real life.
And he goes to take that nap, then leads to the real anxiety symptoms. So not only is it the psychological exhaustion from the beginning, but now we're getting into the real scary shit, which is what we call sleep paralysis, what Spencer went over. So a lot of folks will explain, like, they'll wake up and it'll be this figure, this dark figure that's sitting on their chest and they can't move. Supposedly only lasts a few seconds, but some folks report it can last up to a couple minutes. So it's like quite terrifying to just be stuck and then visualizing this entity in front of you. So then it pushes them down, and it's like a choking, heavy feeling on your chest. Again, anxiety-based symptoms, anxiety-based thoughts. You're going to feel like you're crazy or going crazy. I've had these symptoms when I was younger, not now, but I had them when I was younger. It's fucking terrifying. For a lot of folks that are ADHD, autistic, or anxious, you'll see and visualize certain things in the room, especially when it's dark. Then he goes down into the subway and he's like getting ready to beat up this dark, shadowy character that scared the shit out of him. But it's in the shape of himself. Metaphorical for the anxiety, again, within. Maybe the depression within, the automatic negative thoughts that are within. So it's still you that's being abusive and hurtful to yourself, but it feels like a different person saying it. Like it's you, your voice, but it's someone else. It's the OCD of you. It's the anxiety of you. You have you, the host, and then you, this other individual. You just live in the same house, same body. And so he goes to fight him. That never works. Mm-hmm. As soon as you start to be negative and abusive towards the anxiety and OCD, as soon as you start to get shameful about it, as soon as you start to be like, well, I don't always want to be like this, then it gets bigger, stronger. Shame and guilt, resentment only makes those things worse. We need skills, compassion, empathy, understanding, acceptance. Throws the punch. Big spider now appears because it metastasizes. The more you try to fight these things, the worse they get. It's just how it goes. It's a son of a bitch. Big spider turns a little spider. I would assume that's a representation of the itchiness, the crawling all over your body. When you get anxious, you get the tinglies. People will get sweaty. You also hear his intense heartbeat in the beginning when he saw the spider. I forgot to mention that. That was intense, that heartbeat. Remind me of the panic attack scene we did for Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots. Oh, yeah. That was a really good one. So you have the creepy crawlies all over you. He wakes up, complete like frustration, tired, lethargic, but you see him balled up in a corner as isolated, alone, people not understanding him. Again, the negative thoughts again. Most people would usually suffer in silence. Most men will suffer in silence. Most folks of color will suffer in silence. A lot of queer folk will suffer in silence because no one wants to listen to them. They're too scared to reach out about the complexities of their lives. Maybe you don't want to burden your parents, your father, your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, whoever your caregiver is. You don't want to burden them. So you just sit in your room and you slowly start to die. So he walks outside of his room. He talks to his dad because his dad's pretty cool. And he said, man, we need to talk. Dad's like, let's do it, man. Let's go. Dad probably knows that something's wrong, but doesn't want to push because if you push young kids, they're just going to run away. So he does the healthy thing. The dad's like, hey, man, let's go for a walk. And they talk. And he said, what's going on? He said, I'm just stressed out, thinking about a lot. Life, school, girls, aka relationships. So here's something. It's hard to understand all this unless you've been through it or you're a counselor. I wish they would have said like anxiety or depression. But what he said was stress. And I'm thinking about a lot. Again, automatic negative thoughts. You're thinking about a lot of things. Most of those automatic negative thoughts are, for everyone, are negative. Mm-hmm. Those can wear on someone. They get a few losses in a row. This is after the first movie. His partner's gone, right? I mean, just hard. There's changes in his life. People are dying. It's just a lot. So, I was at a talk the other day, Spence. All students of color in the agriculture department. And I said, who got anxiety? Or know someone with anxiety? Everyone raises their hand because you can say someone they know has anxiety. Right. I said, any of y'all got anxiety? He said, don't raise your hand, but do y'all have anxiety? Like, people are shaking their head, no. I said, let me put it like this. Any of y'all stressed out about schoolwork, relationships, jobs, money? Everyone raises their hand, except for one person. I said, you ain't worried about nothing? He said, no, I'm good. I said, you lying sack of shit. Quit lying, boy. That masculinity is killing you inside, isn't it? Jeez. It's getting abused. I just turned into a stand-up comic.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and you redhead? I really hate you. Who's a redheaded black man?
I know.
Malcolm X?
Blake Griffin?
Blake Griffin. Jesus. Canelo Alvarez?
Oh my
And so we don't like to say generalized anxiety. We don't like to say depression, but we will say overwhelmed, overthinking, busy, burned out. Well, that can lead to a lot of exhaustion, a lot of anxiety, a lot of isolation. So everyone deals with these things that Miles deals with, but left untreated where you're just isolating all the time, it actually gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So being able to talk to your dad or your friends about it is how we start to heal, how we start to normalize and work through things and get stuff off of our chest. If you're having the symptoms of the night terrors, you need to talk to someone because that shit is serious and terrifying. It's going to make you be an insomniac. You not want to go to sleep because you're scared that boogeyman is going to be sitting on you. So we're not going there. If you start to have the tinglies or creepy crawlies or the fast heartbeats that are loud, we need to start reaching out quicker. And you need to start understanding this is most likely an anxiety attack or you're extremely anxious all the time. 4-minute scene, tons of stuff in it. I'm not sure everyone's going to catch it. Spence, now that I talked about all this, now does it kind of make sense, everything that they put in it?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I just wish that they would have added, I don't know, like maybe the talk with his dad a little bit more, maybe him talking just a little bit more about his symptoms, I think probably would have been cool too. Just tell him, like, even though he can't really tell him everything that's going on, because he hasn't told his dad he's Spider-Man. I mean, can't tell him everything. But like you said, I wish they kind of got a little bit more in the specifics of like what he's going through and then maybe, have his dad have a little bit of more of a heart to heart with him. I think that would have felt good, but at the same time, I understand why they ended it there because maybe it's just him just talking to his dad in general is just the as good as you can get it. And these animations, like you said, they take a lot of time and money, so it's like you can't really do that. But I'm also like, it's like 2 minutes of a song left after everything. Like,
I
come
know.
on now, let's let's maybe use that time to like, keep on talking about this for a little bit longer.
You're right, dude. I felt like they could have done so much more healing because all of it is
Yeah.
very meta, very visual, which is magnificent. But what
Mhm.
if you don't have the words?
Yeah.
Right now, you're not labeling any of the stuff. You're showing it, but you're not labeling it. And so, talking to a parent about this would be nice to have the words. Also, it'd be nice to see a father and son, a Dominican family, a black, Afro Latino, right? That would have been cool. 2 men talking about. So it would have been awesome seeing that relationship just for like a minute. Now, we're not talking a lot here. We're just maybe another 30, 40 seconds of just a few things that he's thinking or feeling. Just,
Yeah.
I just saw this fucking boogeyman sitting on my chest. So it was,
Hey, Dad. I saw this thing with terrifying eyes. Could we talk about it?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
like,
He doesn't have to talk about Spider-Man like through it.
Yeah. Right. So you're right, Spence. I feel like that could have been better for Scherzies.
Yeah. But I get it. It's a short and everything, and they're at least like you're getting to have like a little bit of a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Just felt like a little bit more on the execution, just a little bit more. Just push it just a little bit more, and then
You're right.
it would have been, I think,
Perfect.
really that much better. So
perfect with the dad, just a little bit more.
yeah,
Again, they're preaching about normalizing some of these things and giving folks visuals. Magnificent. I think some folks will definitely feel seen in this.
Mhm.
I think it's awesome that it's Miles that's going through it. Right, as a brown black person in America, as someone that's dealing with relationship issues. These aren't small things, right? Homework, expectations, going to college, making your parents proud. Making your parents proud of you being a young person going to college, right? I mean, it's a lot of shit you got to deal with. Your dad's an officer. You're always freaked out about that. I mean, you're going through relationship issues. You love someone. You're anxious all the time, right? trying to fucking save. I'm not even talking about save the world shit. Let's put that to the side.
Yeah.
You always feel different. I mean, it's tough. There's so much to be worried about. There's so much to think that you're fucking up. And these are usually some of the symptoms. Many of these symptoms Kevin Love himself talks about. So I think that's why this was in there.
Right.
It would be nice to know how this became a thing. Like, is he just a huge Spider-Man person? Or like, did they reach out to him? Like, how did this collab happen?
Maybe we'll ask him one day.
Well, maybe we'll tag him in this.
Kevin, how'd you do it?
Kevin, how'd you do it?
Kevin?
If you don't tell me, I'll Kenny Olynyk your ass.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He broke his arm, people, in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much tore his shoulder out of his socket.
You know,
So
we don't condone violence on this podcast.
no, but you know.
I know. Sí se puede.
Whatever that means.
Yes, we can.
Oh.
Any chili you want to put on this, Spence?
No, like I said, I hope they make more shorts, but I hope that they, delve a little bit deeper. Especially when it's like a big studio and it's a big character like this.
Yeah.
There are a ton of great animation studios and artists that make stuff just like this. And shout out to them for talking about like
Yes.
these topics as well.
Yes.
But like I said, for this, it's a little bit different because you have these mainstream characters, and you just kind of wish that they just go a little bit further. Just go a
Close.
little bit further.
Yep.
And then you'll be right there.
Yeah, it's not
But
enough.
at the same time, you're having the conversation about it.
Correct. Having the conversation. So it's appreciated. I'm excited to see what happens in the next Spider-Verse because that's going to come out maybe never, but like I can't wait to see what happens.
They said it's like going to be the best one. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
see
know.
what
And if the other one took 3 years just to animate, there was like legit, I heard like some slavery shit going on for the animators. So hopefully it comes out. We'll probably see it years and years and years from now, but we're just getting ready to go through a whirlwind of like mental health related things and identity based things. It's going to be intense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Spence, take us away.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching the special episode of the Different Spec Podcast. Go check out BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/DSP. You can get 10% off your first month of therapy. Why not get the deal? Why not use it?
Yep.
If you feel like maybe, hey, I don't have a lot of people to talk to right now, maybe try to book a session with BetterHelp.
Yep.
See what happens, But yeah, go check out that and shout out to all of the rest of our great collaborators. Yeah. I'm Spencer. That's Nas. Different Spectrum Podcast.
All right, everyone. Remember, much love and take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
It's completely up to you. Peace.